Sponsored by Shanahan Steakhouse. I was going to do Woody's World today on the best available free agents out there. And Philadelphia got the #1 guy on my list. So I'm going to I'm actually going to talk about the NFL draft and the Denver Broncos. Enough of less going on and on and on about Tim Tebow. Are you feeling a draft? That's not the wind coming off the mountains. That's the NFL draft. It's about here. And what do we care most about? Who will the Denver Broncos draft? Well, I'm going to give you a hint, and you will want to keep up with this clip and put it in your pocket before and after the draft. I have been researching this. I can tell you who the Broncos are interested in, have talked to at the Combine, have watched at the All-Star games, the Senior Bowl, and the Shrine Game. Guys they brought in for visits, guys that are primarily they're interested in the top 30. I'm going to give you 30 names of guys that have either been interviewed at the Combine or All-Star games or been brought to Dove Valley. Let's start with linebacker Benardick McKinney from Mississippi State. Offensive tackle T.J. Clemens. Offensive tackle, I'm going to say these slowly, so if I can get some help, I'm going to say these slowly so everybody can take down. Get your pencil and paper. And Gibson is an offensive tackle. Offensive tackle Andres Pete. Cornerback Trey Walker from Texas Southern. Quarterback Trevor Simeon from Northwestern. Harold Spears, a tight end. Tyler Sambrillo, an offensive tackle from Colorado State. Josh Brittle. I don't know what position he plays. It's in blue. I can't ever see blue. He's a tackle. Cedric, help me out with this. Cedric Agbuya. Hi.
I'd help you, but I have no idea.
Okay, this one's the toughest one.
Definitely not helping you with this one.
I was going to eliminate this guy from my list, but if we come back just a little bit, okay, because this one's going to take me a little while. Owu, and that's really not his full first name, Adig Haizua. And we're going to all learn his name together. He's from UCLA. Neron Ball, a linebacker from Florida. Cameron Clear, a tight end from Texas A&M. Jordan Phillips, a defensive tackle, a nose tackle from Oklahoma. Angelo Blackson, Auburn. I sound like I'm doing a graduation exercise in high school. Jamon Brown, offensive tackle. Running back Jeremy Langford from Michigan State. Chris Bonner. And you go, who's Chris Bonner? Well, I'll tell you. Running back David Cobb from Minnesota. Lawrence Gibson is the guy I was talking about earlier, the offensive tackle. Gene Sifrin, tight end. Will Tye, a tight end. Harold Spears, who I mentioned. Josh Bryday, defensive lineman. Tight end Ty Kraft. Offensive tackle, remember this name, Lael Collins. Tight end Max Williams, you've heard him. Wide receiver Keith Munford. Wide receiver Jeremy Langford. Angelo Blacken. And tight end Nick O'Leary. Of the 30, who do they like best? And I'm talking about the Denver Broncos. Linebacker Jordan Phillips is very high on their list. Adig Hizua is another guy that they brought in.
I dig Hizua too.
McKinney. David Cobb. Remember that name. He's the running back from Minnesota. Watch him carefully. Tight end Nick O'Leary later in the draft. Max Williams maybe early in the draft. Collins, a tackle out of LSU. And wide receiver Jeremy Langford. Cornerback Trey Walker. And two quarterbacks who can be picked up late or even as free agents. Simeon of Northwestern, who tore his ACL. And Chris Bonner, I mentioned earlier, he's from Colorado State. And you go, no, he's not from Colorado State. He's from CSU Pueblo. You want to keep this Woody's World and look at it again and again just before and just after the draft. I'm Woody Paige, and that's my opinion. As I said, Woody's World brought to you by Shanahan Steakhouse. It's been selected by the public. It's been selected by us as Denver's best restaurant. And it's Open Tables 2015 Diner's Choice winner. So book a reservation today at Shanahan Steakhouse. Be like Les and Woody. W and L. ShanahanSteakhouse.com.